Okay, let me go through some questions for you. Actually, let me do some shout outs first. It was very cool meeting many of you in the airport yesterday in Phoenix and in Salt Lake City as I was traveling through. I didn't get all your names, but thank you for supporting Courtroom Insider. Julie McLaughlin, you met me when you camped out at the courthouse for Lori's Idaho sentencing, and you followed me since the beginning. Thank you, Julie. Good to see you. Kathy Banks, also met Kathy. Kathy, you and your friends, I believe we met at Maverick in Far West, Northern Utah. Kathy, thank you for watching. Julie West, Lisa Matthews, Jackson Starnes, Betty Fraley, Nan Peterson, Bert Barbadillo, Delia Ward, Barbara Packer, Jimmy Carson, and Jackie Martinez, Aman Nur al-Din, and Natalie Cassidy. Thank you very much for being with me here on Courtroom Insider. Now let me go to your, I don't think we have cities tonight, Peggy. That's okay. That's okay. Let's go to some questions. Who is the woman in purple with the big round earrings seen behind Lorie during her closing statement? Her expression seen on camera echoed what every single one of us watching were feeling at the time of Lorie's pathetic closing statement. I think you mean this woman. This woman is Judge Justin Boreski's one of his assistants. And shoot, I forget her name, but she's wonderful. And she is great. She was very chill as far as handling the crowds. Her and Izzy, I can't believe I've forgotten her name. I'm so sorry. I will get it and it will come to me, and she's great. But she's the judge's one of his assistants. She was responsible for the jury, walking them in and out of the courtroom, getting them seated, and really making sure that the courtroom ran efficiently. The other day when Vicky Hoban yelled, rotten prison, Lorie, she's the one that said, all right, you can't do that, everybody out. Like, she keeps things going, and she's great. I do not understand the 7 life sentences. Help me to understand the number, please. Okay, so she got a life sentence for JJ's death, a life sentence for Tylee's death, a life sentence for Tammy Daybell's death. She got a life sentence for conspiring to kill JJ, for conspiring to kill Tylee. So that's 5 in Idaho. And then the 2 in Arizona for Charles and Brandon. So that's 7. Potentially in Arizona, could she get out after 25? Perhaps. But that's the 7 that she spoke about in her interview with me and that has been referenced. Nate, I never knew of you until I started watching this case. Well, thank you. Your compassion for others, love for the families of the victims are just amazing. You're very kind. Thank you. You have a way to tell the story unlike anyone else and maintain the privacy of people affected by the case. I'm a fan for life. Well, thank you. I'm a fan of you too. I don't have your name, but thank you. How are you doing personally? What toll has this taken on you? Oh, well, I'm doing good. I mean, I haven't been through anything like these families have been through. That I can't imagine going through all that. I will say it was weird on Friday and Saturday, even Sunday and today. It's weird to look at my calendar and not have a future court hearing on my calendar. That hasn't happened since 2020. 5 years, 5.5 years. I've always had, well, the next one. And in my mind, I'm preparing what's going to happen at the next one. And in a way, it's kind of sad, only because I look forward to seeing Kay and Larry and those of you that wait in line, and the judge and their staff and the bailiffs, the security people that let us in the courtroom, just to see them. It's those guys in Arizona who might be watching tonight. Shout out to you, who I'd come in and it was months and we know each other, and I'll miss that. I really will. I will miss that. I'll miss interacting with you and talking about this. We'll still do Courtroom Insider. It'll be different, so I'll still get that chance, but I'll miss that. On the other hand, it's nice that it's done. It's nice that I don't have to worry about that. It's nice to just take a breather. There'll still be other things that happen with this case, probably our whole lives. There'll be a documentary that's going to be done. Maybe, I mean, who knows? In 10 years, in 5 years, there'll be other stuff. And I'm working on maybe some other stuff that will come out down the line, not soon. But yeah, so that's kind of how I'm doing. But I appreciate your concern for me. Nate, can you interview the judge in this case, please? We would love to hear from Judge McSteamy Boreski. McSteamy, McDreamy, McSteamy, McHottie. I heard them all. I'd love to interview Judge Boreski. Judges don't generally talk about their cases. They're held into rules that they can't talk. I mean, could you imagine if a judge came out after and there was an appeal or something like that would happen? But I'd love to interview Judge Boreski. I don't know why I keep calling him Justin today. Just to hear his thoughts on the legal system. He's from Idaho, not from Idaho. Yeah, he grew up in Grangeville, Idaho. Went to the University of Idaho Law School, where Judge Boyce went, and where Lori's attorneys went. So at least Jim Archibald went there, and I think that some of the attorneys on the prosecution team also went there. So yeah, I'd love to talk to Judge Boreski. Met his wife the other day in court. She was wonderful, nice lady, and he's a really solid guy from what I see. Can the judge in this case rule that Lorie cannot do any more media interviews? He can't. It's a freedom of speech, and it's her right. Now, I will tell you that in the Idaho prisons, they don't allow cameras. So the camera time for her would go way down. You could Skype with her or FaceTime, Zoom, however they do it, through the tablet there. But I don't know if there'll be any more media interview. There probably will be. I don't know though. I have not requested her to do another interview with me, but maybe somebody else has. I don't know. Out of everyone involved in the case, who would you still like to interview? Great question. Zulema is at the top of the list. I've tried to reach out to Zulema several times, as recent as a few months ago, and the answer was no. She wasn't interested. I'd love to do a follow-up with Melanie Pulowski. I'd love to do a follow-up with, I actually, believe it or not, have not interviewed Brandon. I've talked to Brandon a lot. There was a time that I could call him right now. We've talked a ton. We just have never sat down for an interview. So I'd love to actually do an interview with Brandon and Jenny. Who else? There's probably other, Chad's kids. I'd love to talk with them. And there's other people, I think, that I'd love to talk to. But those are just some of them. Does Lorie still believe in zombies? Lorie told me, or no, wait, she's told Keith, she told someone, I don't remember, maybe it was me, that she's never heard of zombies and never believed in that. So I don't know. I don't know what she still believes in, and I don't know what she really knew and didn't know. But as far as she's told me, zombies was never referenced. Are officers allowed to write books about specific cases they've been involved with? Yeah, they are. Prosecutors, there's questions there. In fact, I know of some attorneys that have written books and then maybe they're disbarred for divulging stuff, or maybe defense attorneys per se. I think officers can, though, and I think officers have, and that would be interesting if some officers did. A lot of people have asked if I'm going to write a book. At this point, that sounds exhausting, so I don't know. And again, I don't know if anyone would read it, but I said that, and a kind lady who's probably watching, came up to me at a gas station, good to go, last week, and was like, I would totally read the book. So we'll see. Well, Nate, will you and Justin Lum work together again? Oh, I never say never. Justin works in Arizona for Fox, and I work in Idaho for East Idaho News, and we actually collaborated quite a bit, or at least we would talk. He was just texting me. I don't think 2 or 3 days has gone by over the past 5 years that we haven't texted each other something. Even the professional courtesy of, hey, just so you know, I'm going to interview so-and-so. Like he knew I was going to interview Lorie before most people knew, just to be like, just a heads up, I have this. And then he'd do it the same. He'd help me get court docs in Arizona. I'd help him get court docs in Idaho. So it turned out to be a pretty good working relationship. So I'd never say never. I don't know if I should say this. There's an Arizona case I was researching today and talking with some people that I might go cover, but we'll see. I will see if the timing's right. What if Lorie had refused to come to court for her sentencing? Would the judge have required her to? Yeah, he probably could have forced her in there, or if she didn't, he could have issued the sentence. There are some people that aren't there for their sentence, or they don't show up for their trial. So that's what could happen. Maybe he would, maybe he wouldn't. But yeah, he could have sentenced her either way. Will you have the opportunity to interview Trina Kay? That's another person I'd like to interview. Trina Kay said no. She's declined all interview requests. As far as I know, that's what I was told. She doesn't do interviews. I would like to talk with her. I had a chance to talk with Trina when I was subpoenaed on the phone and talk with her a few days in court. and she doesn't really do media. But Trina, if you're watching, we'll do an interview. Nate, do you, Peggy, and Jordan hang out after work? You seem more like family than other news people. It's great. Oh, thank you. I consider them family. Jordan and Peggy are awesome. Our team at East Idaho News is awesome. I tell you, I've never worked at a better place. And that I don't say that because I hired all of them, but maybe that's why I like them all. But we really try to have a good time. We had a new guy that started today, David from North Carolina. He moved here to be with us in Idaho. He's one of our editors, so he'll be doing great work with us. We're really, really lucky to have a really phenomenal team here at East Idaho News, and I love these guys. Do we hang out? Jordan and I, we spend a lot of time together during work, but like after hours, it's not like our families hang out. And I don't really hang out with Peggy after hours, but I have no problem calling her, or if we see her at a restaurant, come and eat with us. So yeah, that's kind of how it is. We are like a big family here. I know everybody says that. I say big family, I mean little family, but we are really a good family here. Nate, in your interview with Lorie, she said the Nephites have been given 7 death sentences. Now that she's been given 7 life sentences, do you think it will deepen her delusions? Oh, that's a good question. She said that the 3 Nephites in the Book of Mormon were given 7 death sentences. I had never heard anything about that. My wife hadn't. She was in the interview. We did some research, and maybe that's true. I don't know. I'm not a scriptorian, but she will probably look into 7 life sentences. If you watch my interview with her, it's like she's kind of proud, or she's not proud, maybe is the word. Just she takes it and she's happy with it. And she says it's all part of God's plan. Will it further her delusion? Probably. The wording we heard from her on Friday is very different than what we heard from her in Idaho. Very different, yet very similar. We hadn't heard about warriors rising up in prison and, the walls coming down before, so to speak. But yeah, I think she's deep into it, and I believe she believes it. I really do. Nate, this question is about Brian Cobberger. At court last week, he had a paper in front of him and his attorney that had a black heart on it. Do you have any idea what this is about? I have no idea. I didn't see that paper in front of them. I have no idea. That is a good question. And I wish I had an answer for you, but I don't. Sorry. That's all the questions we have for tonight, everybody. Thank you very much for following and watching Courtroom Insider. We will be back Thursday night for Courtroom Insider on a different case, I believe. I don't know all the details, but I hope you'll tune in. We'll talk about it then, and we're gonna keep this going. We're gonna keep Courtroom Insider going and try to make it better for you, hopefully, as best we can. And there are other trials to cover. And if you have any ideas of trials to cover, please let me know. Reach out to me. Here's where you can find me. I'm on Facebook, Insta, X, and YouTube. There's my East Idaho News channel. Meet and the Eaton's channel is also on there. And I just got to thank you so much for following and for watching. And I hope you have a great night. Thanks, Nancy-Jo, for the conversation. We'll see you next time.